This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Thursday, October 10th, 2024. I'm Marek Mazurek. The IEDC on Thursday revealed new details on a planned $400 million renewable chemical plant in Lafayette. Brazil-based Sustania this week announced plans to build the facility next to Primient's production facility in the city, and the IEDC says the project will create 191 high-wage jobs in the coming years. The plant will be used to produce Biomeg, a renewable alternative to monoethylene glycol that can be used in various products such as beverage bottles, food containers, and footwear. As part of the partnership, Primient has committed to providing corn dextrose produced at its Lafayette facility, which Sustania will use to make the Biomeg. The IEDC says it has committed almost $7 million in incentive-based tax credits and up to $100,000 in trading credits for Sustania. The company is not eligible to claim those until investments are made. Additional incentives are being offered by the city of Lafayette and Tippecanoe County. Officials in Fort Wayne cut the ribbon Wednesday on the Pearl in the city's downtown. The $50 million mixed-use development includes 76 apartments, 5 live-work units, a 300-person event space, and 12,000 square feet of ground-floor commercial space. The project in the 200 block of West Main Street was developed by Cirroc Enterprises, which is owned by Sweetwater Sound founder Chuck Cirroc and his wife Lisa. Cirroc told our partners at WPTA-TV that he and his wife were happy to give back to the community.
Seeing it on paper is one thing, but when you see it come to life, it's just incredible. And I love the whole building. It's just done so well, but the 7th floor is particularly special. We have a green space up there, and you can look right down Main Street, and it's just a beautiful view. There's a pool table and ping pong table, and there's a green space with a grill and all kinds of stuff.
The Pearl adds to a series of major developments opened in downtown Fort Wayne over the last several years. Those include the Electric Works Mixed-Use Innovation District, the Bradley Hotel, and the riverfront at Promenade Park. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana, your bold future starts here. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, our Engage Indiana events take place in every region of the state. Discover when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/engage.
In 2021, Goshen College embarked on a major new fundraising campaign dubbed Connected Cause. The goal was to raise $68 million to support a range of core programs like scholarships, nursing, and facilities upgrades. For the past few years until this month, the college kept the fundraising campaign under wraps, quietly seeking donations. But now Goshen College is celebrating the initiative and recently announced it has secured $60 million in pledges toward its goal. Goshen College laid out 7 priorities for the campaign, with the largest chunk allocated to facilities improvements. After that, the college plans to add a new nursing and public health facility, supplement its general fund, and put more money into scholarships, athletics, and academic programs. For a detailed breakdown of the funding, head to InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The rapid transit bus line connecting downtown Indianapolis to Lawrence and areas of the Far East will start operations this Sunday. The $188 million Purple Line project broke ground in 2022 with the goal of providing some of the city's most distressed neighborhoods along the East 38th Street corridor and northward with better access to jobs, groceries, and safe travel. Indigo says the new line will put nearly 135,000 jobs and nearly 60,000 people within walking distance of a bus station. The Purple Line will replace most of Route 39, Indigo's most popular route aside from the Red Line. That route had a ridership of almost 60,000 in August, according to the September board report. U.S. Department of Transportation dollars paid for about half of the Purple Line project total. Inflation in the United States dropped last month to its lowest point since it first began surging more than 3 years ago, adding to a spate of encouraging economic news in the closing weeks of the presidential race. Consumer prices rose just 2.4% in September from a year earlier, down from 2.5% in August. That's the smallest annual rise since February of 2021. Measured from month to month, prices increased 0.2% from August to September, the U.S. Labor Department reported Thursday. But excluding volatile food and energy costs, core prices, a gauge of underlying inflation, remained elevated in September, driven up by rising costs for medical care, clothing, auto insurance, and airline fares. Core prices in September were up 3.3% from a year earlier. Economists closely watch core prices, which typically provide a better hint of future inflation. Rolls-Holman Institute of Technology President Robert Coons is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast hosted by Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.